Hey guys, welcome to Two Chicks and Two Mics, where transparency meets you in a safe space and place. I am your host, Aaliyah Taylor, here with my fantastic and fabulous co-host,
LaShawn Carter Fogle.
And
today we are continuing on with our series that we had going on, guys, with from Boys to Men. And today we have a guest for you, someone that's actually kind of near and dear to my heart, longtime friend of my family. Might as well call him my brother. Not co-host, excuse me. Ex-co-owner of Oneness that's here in Lexington. That was a shoe boutique. He is also the creative mind, CEO, CFO, all the O's of Souls and Roses. We've got my brother Stephen Coffman here with us today.
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing?
we are great. How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for the opportunity.
And thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
So we are pretty excited about having you here today. I know that a lot of the community knows, Steve Coffman behind Soul and Roses, but today we want to give everybody just an opportunity to get to know you.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we are asking in our From Boys to Men series is we want to know about Stephen Coffman, the young man. So what we're going to do is you basically going to take us through a time travel. You're going to take us from, when you were in elementary school, middle school to high school until you got your epiphanies and what you wanted to do, your creative ideas, all the things. So just take us on a little journey.
Well, let's see. From Danville, Kentucky. I think we came to Lexington when I was about 8 years old. So bounced around, just like every typical young black child, different elementary schools from year to year. Lived almost all around the whole Lexington. It's funny, your cousin always teased me, called me a Taste Creek dude, but I never lived out Taste Creek until I became a grown up. But oh man, single parent, just my mom and my sister. Um, let's see, what else would it be?
So where did you go to school? Like your, as far as like elementary school,
Okay,
where did you go
so
to school?
when we first got here, I went to Russell Cave because we lived out Wimburn, and then from there we went to Cardinal Valley, I think, and then from Cardinal Valley, I think I went to Picadome, and then from Picadome I went to Breckenridge,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and then from Breckenridge went to Wimburn Middle School, and then from Wimburn Middle School went to Crawford, and from Crawford to Henry Clay, and then from Henry Clay to day treatment.
Okay.
I think that's funny because when I first met you, I kept on saying, I know him. I have seen him before. I know I didn't seen him before. My husband now was like, you ain't never seen that man before. So I had to go back and pull out my Wimburn yearbooks. And I went back and I was like, bam, there he is. Stephen Kaufman. That is him. I knew I remembered him from Wimburn Middle School. Even though I never interacted with, I always got a little story.
Yeah.
I always got a little side story. I remember him from Wimburn Middle School. Still got the yearbook too. How about that?
Yeah, and that was like I was sixth grade, so
Yes.
you was probably seventh, eighth grade.
7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's crazy.
I think that's like the first year of like actual middle school.
Yep. I was in that transition.
Yeah.
My mom held me back that year. She said, absolutely not.
You weren't ready.
No.
You weren't ready.
She
You
said
just
I
weren't
wasn't
ready.
going. How about it? Anyway,
Okay.
so with your different schools and intermingling with different schools, it would be safe to say that you pretty much have friends on each side of town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could say that. Yeah, that's probably like why I'm kind of like respected a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Never really with the riffraff. So yeah, I could say I got friends on all sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, once you were in high school and kind of had created all these relationships at various schools, where would you say that you kind of centered in to where, like, in high school, you pretty much have, your certain friends that you hang out with. Where was that you just kind of centered in and started to nurture your friendships while you were, let's say, 18, 17, 18 years old?
I don't think I really even nurture my friendships until till I started daughtering. Like, kind of like my high school friends, like we still cool, but it's like a distant cool,
Mm-hmm.
real distant cool. So I would say my guys, as I became like 21, 22, those were really my guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So talk a little bit about that because, um, a lot of times we share with our kids and even as we're developing relationships as adults that during those years you often make a transition, right? And start to nurture different friendships and relationships. So as you're in your 20s and things are happening, you're legal, right?
Hmm.
At what point did you start to recognize like, oh, this is my crew, these are my friends, and what kinds of conversations did you have at that
Mm-hmm.
point? Because I think it makes, again, we tell our kids like, your circle starts to get smaller,
Hmm.
as you
As
get
you get older.
older.
Hmm.
And hearing you say like you didn't really have, a lot of crew, in
Yeah.
high school. So at that point, you're in your 20s now. So what kinds of friendships or what kinds of things, or what was the dynamic like at that point?
I think just the dynamic point was probably just us being young men trying to find
Mm-hmm.
ourselves,
Yeah.
identity. That's big with individuals, especially with men, young men.
Yeah.
So just people's the values that people have,
Mm-hmm.
and like I always like it's like no knock to like my high school guys, but it's just like I always just like look on down the road when they was like right for the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I got with my other guys, we we became like brothers, but still I was always still
Ahead,
looking
a
down the
little ahead.
road. Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I'm always big about asking our male guests is when you look back on the way that you were shaped and molded, especially when you looking at your mama, because I know your mama, Miss Sonya, don't play no, she don't take no mess. So when you looking back on it and you looking at Miss Sonya and the things that she was trying to instill in you as a little young buck growing up, what would be some of the most influential things that you would think that Miss Sonya said to you that you actually took into raising and cultivating your children?
I think the biggest thing about being raised by a woman is the way I love. Where
Mm.
where like women they tend to put up with a little bit more things than men. Men they normally just walk out,
Yeah.
and women will fight for stuff. So it was like one of those things. I think I probably like fight for relationships, where I would have ladies tell me like, "Hey, Steven, these guys are jealous of you. They ain't no good." And it's like, "Well, no, those are my guys." And then it's the love thing, really. Love. I tell my kids, I always tell them I love you every time we get off the phone. It's funny though because I just hugged my oldest son for the first time in his last football game. I was like, you know what? I've never really hugged my children.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I guess that's probably with the single mother working, we know she loved us because the roof over our head, the discipline, the love that she showed us, and she did what she could.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still different from like my mother and my sister. It's weird though, like
Yeah.
how like I'm the outcast. Like,
Maybe not just the outcast, but just because deep in your prayers, you probably prayed to be just a little bit different. But you also are a male too.
Yeah.
So you being a male, being raised with another female by a female, you probably saw the things in them that you may not have wanted to see or to shine through you. So you just asked to be a little bit different.
absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely.
You better
Well,
fix that.
yeah, and then not only that, but you probably also, because you were in a house with two women,
Hmm.
there's a lot of things and emotions and that femininity and things that you saw
Mm-hmm.
that now you're looking like, oh wait, like, I can like you're saying, like hugging your son.
Mm-hmm.
You know that they loved you, and you probably, in some point was like, hugs and things like that. But you
Yeah.
also saw that because you were around two women. So I
Mhm.
know sometimes that I've heard other men who were raised, in with sisters and a mom or whatever, also, say like they have some femininity about them, whether it's, the way that they love or noticing different things about women. I
Mm-hmm.
know my husband sometimes will notice little bitty things, and I'm like, why do you notice that? But he had four sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of things that I think that sometimes men don't necessarily recognize from, being in a house with, their mom and their sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Hmm.
So I know that you are I know that you're a man of God,
Mm-hmm.
and that you are strong and passionate about, your spiritual walk. Um, Others in the community, I know, probably are aware, but tell us just a little bit about your transition and as you started to transition with your walk and your faith and your relationship with God.
Yeah. So it's funny because it goes back to my brother Jerome. So in my transition of leaving oneness, I was like, okay, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with myself. I got all this money, and I can't go to jail. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with myself. So I remember telling my uncle, I was like, well, I done tried the devil, so now it's time for me to try God.
Oh, wow.
And so he was like, well, you know, if it floats your boat. So I was like, you know what? I had put the Bible on Instagram or something, and let me back up. One day I was playing nephew Tommy on put it on Snapchat or something, and I used to be mad at my son because his grades. So I used to like just drill in his head on the way to Woodford County every morning, like you got to do better. You, just being a man,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I played this nephew Tommy one day, and Jerome was like, "You need to quit listening to that stuff, and you need to put it on 89.1 or something, whatever,
99.1.
99.1 or something."
99.
And so I heard this man, Chuck Swindoll, and he talked about how children have a voice, and that it just crushed me. I'm like, by the time we got to the car, I'm telling my son, got to school, I'm telling my son, I'm sorry, I'm crying and everything. And so I had put the Bible on like on Instagram or something, and Jerome was like, "You need to start with James." So I started reading James, and then me and my son would read a book of Proverbs. I would read it out loud, and then he would read it out loud on our way to school every morning.
Wow.
And so in this process, I end up like, okay, I got this woman. She has these girls. Okay, I think I need to make her my wife. And so it's crazy. I proposed to her on April Fool's Day 2016.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Right. And so we end up getting married July the 1st, 2017. Well, for some odd reason, after we got married, I decided I wasn't going to drink anymore. Right. And so,
Just out of the blue.
well, it's other reasons,
Oh,
but
okay. Okay.
I decided I wasn't going to
Okay.
drink anymore. Right.
Gotcha.
And so I stopped drinking, and it was crazy because reading the Bible more in 2018, February 2018, I preached my trial sermon. So it's just all this like boom, boom, boom. So like once I just like surrendered over to
Yeah.
God, it was just like, okay, here we are.
What was the topic of just out of curiosity, what was the topic of your
Ooh,
trial sermon?
I
I
remember.
did, I did what I did, but I'm not what I
I
done.
remember
And so
that.
Love
I
it.
came out of Acts when Saul was when Paul was Paul was turning to Saul. Saul was turning to Paul. There you go. Saul was turning to Paul. And so Saul was going out here and killing all these people
Mm.
in God's name's sake and everything. And so and then how he changed how he went blind and And then Barnabas had to come, and not it was Barnabas, I don't know, but the guy had to come and get the scales off his eyes. The Holy Spirit sent him and everything. So, and then he goes on to be this person. And so I basically tied it into my life.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Continue on.
Yeah. So, and so in the process of that, I'm like, okay, all right, here we are, we're doing this. And so like, I always wanted to do I always wanted to make denim. Like I always loved to get fly. So in the process of all that, I done been to New York, took denim classes. I done went to LA, take denim classes. But I was always like real nice things. So I wanted to go to China or Japan to get this denim. And it was just gonna be too much for me to start this jean company.
Oh, wow.
So so I end up like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And I was like, you know what? Um, there's a brand called God is Dope. So like, let me research them and everything. And I was like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make clothes for people that always say they don't have nothing to wear to church. So the brand was called. It started off. It was called Jesus Pusher, and so everybody didn't like the word push Jesus Pusher because it felt like I was pushing Jesus on them, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I got that right. And the pusher was an acronym for when you come to Jesus, Jesus promises, understanding, push, understanding, salvation, hope, and acceptance when you come to Jesus. So that was the acronym for pusher.
Nice.
And so I was like, okay, well, they was like, well, Stephen, we like what you're doing, but you know, you kind of stressing God on us. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? Jesus didn't force himself on nobody, right? He always gives us a choice. So I was like, okay, well, we're going to change it to pray daily. And I was like, well, still kind of forcing them and everything. So I was like, you know what? I had seen like, I always wanted to take the Bible and turn it into like graphic tees.
Mm.
And so I was seeing an old Guns N' Roses
Yeah.
tee. And I was like, you know what? Soul and Roses. And I was like, that's what we're going to go with, Soul and Roses. I was like, Jesus, one of Jesus' commandments is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. In all communities, guns bring roses with the violence. So long as you get the word of God deep down inside of you, not on the surface, your soul will become a rose for somebody else.
Wow. That is pretty dope. I had no idea.
Really?
No idea. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Honestly, I just thought it was really catchy.
Yeah, and
But
it's catchy,
It
right?
is very catchy. And I mean, because, you know, growing up in the 80s, you know who Guns N' Roses is, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was just coincidental, but I didn't know the significance behind it. So, like, that is dope. How many people do you think really know about how you came up with Soul and Roses?
Probably not a lot.
Okay.
Probably not a lot. I mean, we did something at Bracktown one time where the lady from KET interviewed me. So it's on my page, but probably not a lot. They probably just thinking like, oh,
It was catchy.
It's catchy,
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses. But I took some time and thought into that.
I like it even more. I remember during COVID is when I bought my first Soul and Roses shirt.
Man.
And it was the black one. It had the Soul and Roses on it. Matter of fact, one day Cam and I wore it on the same day, and we both were like, "Oh, you are so stupid!" Like, you know, again, this is that moment where, you know, you couldn't really go anywhere, so coincidentally, we had on the same shirt. And I just remember Tyler, my son, who was literally listen, that as soon as you drop something, Tyler was
ambassador.
I mean, literally. I remember one time, this joker was at work and he was like, "Hold on for a minute. I got me my dude outside." And I'm like, "What?" Like, who are you that somebody's pulling up just to get, you know, whatever. But I'd say all of that to say that I think when a lot of people started recognizing Soul and Roses was during COVID.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge because, number one, everybody was locked up. And I appreciate the value and the significance behind it now. But I would have loved during that time. And because my wheels are always spinning.
Lord.
During that time, literally, that to know what was behind it
Mhm.
and have that time to be able to dig in to Soul and Roses.
Yeah.
That honestly would, and I'm just putting it out there,
Mhm.
it could create so much opportunity for dialogue about souls and roses.
Yeah.
And especially in this time now where, just like you're saying, as far as with gun violence, because it's here, right?
Yes.
And in our
Yes.
face.
Yes.
And I'm always trying to think of different ways, like, how can we reach one, teach one? And I think with your clothing brand, I definitely commend you, because there's so much value and worth behind just the brand in itself and the name of it. And so literally it for me, I'm just thinking, just even having the conversation about souls and roses
Yeah.
it's amazing. And I'm always affected by little bitty things like that, just because they play such a huge part. Just something that small plays such a huge part in somebody's life, to whereas, you're thinking about not just the brand, not just the shirt, but literally you're wearing it right here,
Absolutely.
And so that for me is wow. It just a whole light just
Yeah, every piece has a message in it, right? Of some form of scripture, or like Mashawn's hoodie. We sang that growing up in church.
absolutely,
Right.
absolutely,
Right. And like my
absolutely.
sweatshirt, trust God. It's the Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. So you have to pray for the haters. So that's, love your enemies, pray for those that persecute you. So everything has some type of form where I've read the Bible and
Yeah,
put a little urban twist to it.
love it. I absolutely love it. Now the jacket that you have on, now I've never seen that. Is
I've
that
already tried several times. When I tell you I've tried several times, and he's like, it's a one of a kind, Mashawn.
I love it, but I'm like, ooh, you just popped out in that. Like I love it. It's dope.
Well, we did it in maroon and we did it in black and gold.
What's up with the green?
How did I
'Cause
miss
I
that?
never.
I don't know how you missed it, but we're gonna run it back. I'm gonna do some tweaks. I want to make it a little longer, change the colors on it. Maybe do something with some cream.
In green.
Okay.
I'm always
Alright.
gonna throw
And
that.
green.
And it's so funny. Anybody who has a brand, I always go first. What do you
Green.
have in green?
Yeah.
It's
Green.
just it's my favorite color, but I just think it's a happy color too. So
Okay.
It is a happy color. You look very happy today.
thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, so talking more about Soul and Roses. You had your spot in the mall,
Mm-hmm.
and then it closed. And so, how do people now purchase Soul and Roses items?
So just basically hand to hand. So the website's under construction right now. So
Okay.
we're doing some things on the back end, and we're going to relaunch that, and we're going to be opening a store this summer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so, come on back, store.
Ambassador's back.
Listen, is anything even in that spot right now?
No,
No.
it's not. I went past the other day. It is still very
Empty.
vacant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
It's all right.
So you talked about growing up, Soul and Roses. If you had one thing that you would say to Steve in his teens, let's say 18,
Mm-hmm.
what message would you have for him?
Keep a condom on.
Amen.
Because that's big.
Yeah,
Like that's
keep
ooh,
a
no
con-
diddy, but yeah, because listen, it's the podcast, okay?
Yeah, keep a condom on. Aim high. No matter how big the challenge is, aim high. Dream. Go for it all, and leave the state.
Oh,
Amen.
wow.
I gotta say this because I'm a firm believer in giving people their flowers when they actually are present. So, because I've known Steven so long, I have actually had a chance Like I'm saying, I've known Steven for a long time. I've known Steven since I first started doing hair.
Oh wow.
So because he's always been somewhere close, he may come to the house and sit down, pick up some sea moss, and we may chop everything up. So I need to tell Steven, number one, Steven is jointly responsible for the reason of my salon being called Therapy.
Oh wow.
Because we sat down one night and we was just tossing out stuff, and he's like, yeah, like hair therapy. But also, usually every time that I make a big decision when it comes to my salon or my business, he pops up. So he's always my voice of reason when it comes to my salon.
Oh wow.
So for that, I want to thank you, because I don't know if you even really realize that. But,
No,
but thank you.
That's
So
I'm honored.
you've
I'm
helped me
honored,
through a
sis.
lot of stuff through
Yeah.
my business and through my salon. So
That's amazing.
thank you.
Yeah.
I look at you as my business mentor. So I want you to know that everything that you send to me, if you forward it to me, I actually pay attention.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And that I take it and add it into my arsenal. So
I
thank you.
appreciate that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That is super dope. And I'm gonna say thank you too, because therapy is special to me. Because there have been some moments in life, and if it
Girl.
weren't for literally therapy,
Mm-hmm.
child, honey, woo-wee.
Yeah, that part.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, like seriously. And again, just to know that there may be some young entrepreneurs out here or people who want to get started. Have you ever considered like mentoring or doing any kind of program as such? Like,
Yeah, so me and Mashine, we actually went and
Yeah.
talked to some students one day, and I would do everything I can help anybody with except I hold their hand.
yeah,
And I think that's the biggest thing with all of us. We want somebody to hold our hand. So I always, anytime anybody asks me anything, I always give them some homework,
mm-hmm.
and I tell them to go watch this video of God is Dope.
Yep.
And I'm like, if you got to come back with me, ask questions, then you didn't watch the video.
Really?
Because the video is going to light enough fire up under you where you're going to go do your own research.
Yeah. So yeah. But I think there are those, people who sometimes need an extra push.
But I got you.
Yeah.
Right? So, for instance, I got this young guy. We sat down and had breakfast, me, him, and his father. And so he's been drawing and drawing and drawing. So I'm like, have you put anything together? And he was like, well, I want to go to Pakistan. Well, it's not always about going to Pakistan first. Get your T-shirt from the wholesaler and get it printed up and try to sell it. Then perfect that. Then you can go to Pakistan.
Right.
But you don't need to try to spend $1,000 or $2,000 to go to Pakistan
Yeah.
if you don't know if it's going to work or not.
Right. Right. I think, a lot of times people are so quick, they want to see things instantaneously. And so and I think, but this generation, that's what they know, because everything is so accessible. They think everything's supposed to come quickly. That's what they see on social media. And they don't know, just what you were saying, go get you a shirt, like find somebody who screen prints and try to sell that. But I think, we don't have those conversations all the time because these folks don't listen.
Yeah. That's it right there.
They don't listen.
They want it their way.
Yeah.
That's it.
But the young people
And
got
they
the
want it
juice,
quick.
though. They got the juice.
They do.
They are
They don't
some,
even understand. They got the juice.
They
they
really
don't
do.
know. Right. They have it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, listen, I don't know a whole bunch about Kentucky basketball right now, but what I do know
Yeah.
is that these kids are major talented. But again, they don't listen.
Mhm.
They worried about putting the little tapes together and little shoes and all that other extra stuff. And, it's hard to get here because they see everything.
Mhm.
And it's kind of crazy. They do. These jokers got the juice. Just what you just
They
said.
do.
They are creative. Like I see some of the stuff that they put on social media, and I'm like, damn it!
How they do
Right.
that?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
what the?
Right.
Yeah.
I need somebody come and
Help me.
sit with me, help
Yeah.
me.
Help me help you.
Yeah,
Because
that
you don't
part.
even know what you got.
No idea.
Yeah.
No idea. So that's interesting that you would say that. And then what about I know sometimes our own children don't like to listen to us. And you're clearly a wealth of knowledge. So tell us about just like, parenting as far as, because, there's a lot of folks on the outside that listen to you. What's that dynamic like with your kids?
Well, it's funny because like when my sons, they be coming in town because everybody was, out of town or, football or whatever. So I remember a time where I didn't want to hang out with my mother,
Yeah.
right? And so now that I'm getting that treatment, they don't even want to come hang out with me.
You are not cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely not cool, right? Unless they need something,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, but they my guys though. And I know they're all except for Braylon. I think Braylon's 16, so everybody else is 18 to 24. So they just rolling on with life.
Now, Braylon that's
It's
the
my
one that
youngest
works.
one.
That's the youngest. He works with Tevin. Is that the one that works at JD Sports?
No, that's
No, that's Quali.
Okay. So
That's
what's
Quali.
funny is,
Quali's hilarious.
they are always posted at the store.
Okay.
And so I was walking in and I was talking to somebody else to my left, and I turned quickly to speak, but I thought I was getting ready to speak to you.
Uh-huh.
And I am. And so I like literally was like, hey, hey.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Yeah.
We get that a lot. Yeah, that's my twin. But yeah, these kids though, they just we at one point in time when we was young, we didn't think our mothers knew or fathers knew,
Absolutely.
And so now I'm seeing that because I'm like, dude, I already done did everything y'all can even imagine.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think they listen to their mothers a little bit more than they listen to me.
Sons, I do believe it's a mother
Yeah.
son type of situation.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. But I mean, even with me with like my dad, like my daddy knew everything. And
Miss Bobby was in
Mama
the
was
dark.
just kind of, backer. And then now, later in life, and my father's deceased, but I'm like, my daddy didn't know nothing.
See?
All he did was, did everything that I wanted him to do.
Uh-huh.
But that was the best, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine even, with father and son, the dynamic may be somewhat similar to that. With dads are cool, but
It's always daddy's girl, mama's boy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
mama's son, whatever. Yeah.
How old was you when you realized that, like, my mom and my dad, they knew what they was talking about?
Mm.
For real?
Yeah.
I would probably say mid 30s.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Mid-30s.
late 30s, upper
Yeah.
40s. I was like, damn it, they tried to tell me that.
That part.
I knew it. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and actually telling them like I'm not gonna tell you, but
That.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But it's all pertinent.
Oh, it is. Definitely is, for sure.
Hmm.
So where do you see yourself and with Soul and Roses within the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, I would like to buy a mixed-use property and build around it maybe like a salon, a open kitchen space,
Mm.
and some apartments on top, and the store.
Nice.
Here in Lexington?
Here in Lexington, I have a kind of like a vision board: Lexington, Cincinnati, Louisville, Nashville, Columbus. I like to buy that and do it all around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Now, my next question, and I'm asking the questions because she knows you, of course. So,
do.
It's all good.
so
I do.
so outside of Soul and Roses,
Mm-hmm.
what does Steve like to do? What are some of your favorites? Whether it's food, whether it's color, whether it's hobbies, what kind of things do you like to do?
I'm a football dad.
Okay. Just football?
Football dad.
Okay.
Major.
Through and through. Football dad.
So what happens after football season?
It's gonna be the first time there's no basketball with the
Man.
kids. So, but right now, my son just went in the transfer portal today. So
I saw that.
we're going to make the announcement tomorrow. He's going to be going to UK. So
Oh wait, no, maybe it wasn't you that made a post.
Yeah, he
yeah, I
Did
made a
you?
did.
You
post
did it?
earlier.
Okay,
Yes,
so
he
it
Yeah, I
was
did.
made a
you.
post
Okay,
earlier.
okay, okay.
Yes, he
So
did.
then trying to get this oldest boy together, whether I want him to go coach. He wants to try to play on Sundays. So, um, the football don't stop. The training and
Yeah.
it don't stop. And then, but yeah, um, and just learn how to be a husband.
Let me tell you, that is that is something that you will never stop learning. It's a day to day feat. Trust me. Even on the wife perspective,
Indeed.
it
Yeah,
goes on a day to day.
Indeed.
Just make sure that you never stop learning. So
yeah,
I got to tell you that.
yeah.
That way you be all right, locked and loaded.
We had a discussion before I left the house. It's cool when you do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
Hey,
Did we just not have this conversation?
wasn't that a TikTok challenge? It's
Yeah,
cool when you do it, but it's a problem when I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like literally. Yes, we were talking about that yesterday.
we were.
Jeez.
We were.
Wow. So before we end, if you had, and we talked about your message to young Stephen,
Mm-hmm.
but if you had one thing that you wanted to say to kids in the community or anybody, as far as something motivational, what would you say?
real simple. Get out.
That's a movie.
Wow. The scary one though.
But no,
But
for real, it's
it-
about being trapped.
Yeah, yeah.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out. You got that on a t-shirt?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's cool when you do it.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Well, again, we want to thank you so much for being with us today. I've learned a lot about Steve Coffman, the person, and the business owner as well. So I wish you the best success behind anything and everything that you do, whether it's, home, personal, spiritual, professional. I think that, again, you are a wealth of knowledge and you have so much to offer, not just this community, but in other places as well. I think one of the things for me about being intentional this year is thinking outside, kind of like what you said, getting out, is thinking
Yeah.
outside of this space. Because I think that we here in Lexington, there are so many talented people, and I just don't think there's a huge world out there, but people need to know who we are and where we are from. And so I pray that, God will lead you and expand your territory outside of just this space and place. And that you continue to influence and push others in your message behind Soul and Roses, and then also with your ministry as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's my word. Absolutely. Once again, thank you, Stephen. I
Thank
love
y'all.
you. Bring out some more stuff so I can continue to be the ambassador that I am. Souls and Roses, locked and loaded, coming soon. New website, everything.
All the good.
Yep.
And we hoping for y'all to have 10,000 subs by this
Please,
time next year.
please.
Listen,
10,000 subs.
Y'all heard that. So don't keep
Boom.
us a secret. Continue
Sure.
to share,
share all the good.
follow all the good things. So
Comment.
Two Chicks, Two Mics can be a household name as we are going to be, and we want to continue to grow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So for 2 Chicks and 2 Mics, we are signing off, guys. Thanks. See ya.